You're watching Alabama's WVUA News, First at 4.
More on that head-on collision later today on First at 4. Well, summer's in full force, but the heat can do more than just make you uncomfortable. It can pose a serious risk to your health. Ken Pate is here from NorthStar Emergency Services to tell us more. Ken, thanks so much for being with us today, buddy.
Danny, thanks for inviting us over.
Yes, sir. My pleasure. Now, 100 degrees, so many days in a row. In situations like that where we're having a heat wave and we're not getting a lot of rain and it's so muggy and hot outside, who is at the most risk? Who really needs to be careful when they're outside trying to do things?
Well, everybody's really at risk, but some people are more prone to heat illnesses. The infants, small children, the elderly are prone for heat illnesses. Obese people get a little bit hotter, and some of the disabled people just can't regulate their body temperature.
Gotcha. So those are, if you're outside doing things, obviously you want to pay attention to yourself, but
Sure.
if you have someone elderly with you or kids, or like you mentioned, any of those people, then
Right.
you definitely want to keep an eye on them.
Well, I mean, even top-notch athletes succumb to heat illnesses.
Yes, sir. Well, what is a heat illness? What are we talking about whenever we use that term?
Well, everybody's body naturally controls its temperature. When you're exposed to heat and you can't, your body loses the ability to drop its temperature, then you start suffering from heat illnesses. The first one, probably the most common one, the first stage of it would be what's called a heat cramp. Your body loses some electrolytes, some fluid from sweating. Your muscles will start cramping up. You'll notice that you just get sore. If you stop and treat that with some rehydration, some cooling, everything should be okay. If you ignore that, it'll progress into heat exhaustion. You still have the cramps, you're still sweating profusely, but you'll notice you'll start developing a headache, fatigue, weakness. You'll feel nauseated, dizzy. Sometimes you may even lose consciousness, but your body will continue to sweat in an effort to cool off. If that's treated, you can recover from that pretty easily. If you ignore that, you'll progress into what's known as heat stroke. That's when your body just absolutely, your cooling mechanisms just absolutely fail. You'll stop sweating, you'll lose consciousness, your skin will be hot to touch, and that's a life-threatening illness. And if there's not intervention on that, that can lead to death.
All right, Ken, we're running short on time. Really quickly, how do we avoid this? How do we keep from having something like this happening to us?
Well, if you're outside, you're getting hot, just be cognizant of the fact that you need to rest, rehydrate. Some people with you, somebody should get ill from a heat illness, try to move them to a cool place, in the shade, in the air conditioning if possible. Offer them cold drinks, try to help them cool off. If you suspect heat exhaustion or heat stroke, call 911 and get EMS involved, and let's try to help them out.
I used to hear that you drank too much water whenever you got a cramp. You'd hydrated yourself too much. That's never the case, is it? You can't actually drink too much water, right.
But you can't hydrate yourself too much. Water will cause you to wash out your electrolytes, but stuff like Gatorade, something that replaces electrolytes is better. But yeah, water's good. You need water.
All right, super. Ken, thanks a bunch.
Danny, thank you.
You can find out more about NorthStar EMS online at northstar-ems.com or by calling 205-345-0911.